So the challenge we have with mobile devices, and you have both smartphones and tablets and other form factors that will be coming in the future, is how do you build applications for them that can reach the broadest number of users? When it comes to all of these devices, they have different native development environments. Fortunately, they're all moving to a common standard as far as web standards, which is HTML5, but you can get a lot of leverage out of doing the native development as well. So it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all. It's not an easy answer to say HTML5, and it's not an easy answer to say always do native development. If you're doing native development, you have different development environments, different platforms. You might even need literally different computers to do the development. Apple requires Macs for iOS. Windows requires Windows for Windows Phone 7. And so you have a lot of challenges to building native development. However, you can build richer applications in a lot of cases, and you can integrate with the hardware, which is really important. If you need to access the phone, you need to access the video camera, you need to access picture taking, all that kind of stuff, you need to do native development because HTML5 does not give you access to the native hardware that you can with native development. Now, the other good thing about native development, of course, is when you want to sell your application. In the native development world, there are these app stores. Apple has their app store, Android has one, RIM has one, Palm has one, Microsoft has one with Windows Phone 7. So when their customers go to discover apps, they're going to the native app stores. Those native app stores don't actually list HTML5 applications. So you have a challenge where your competitors are going to be noticed because they have native applications, and you're not going to be noticed because you have HTML5. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's certainly native development, you can do some great things, but it does take a lot more effort, and it does target you towards a single platform or a single series of platforms if you're going to support multiple. The other thing that's that's a challenge in a way for native development is support. You need to support these remote little computers halfway across the world potentially with people running a different language, and you have to somehow support that and make sure your version control's right, and if there are any bugs, they somehow get addressed, and you have to worry about getting all of your native development code and your bug releases out there in a timely manner. And all of these app stores have these approval processes. So all of that is a consideration in terms of whether you do native or HTML5 development. It's not a one-size-fits-all. A lot of customers, a lot of companies will actually do HTML5 to start, and then they'll do targeted native development as they see the market develop. Now, that might be colored by the fact that you want the channels that the app stores provide, which means you do more native development.